Hey there, it's Diane Banks, radio personality and voiceover talent in Chicago, on Twitter every day at Diane_Banks. Also, voice123.com/Diane Banks. You can follow me on Twitter. I promise I'll follow back. Also, here at YouTube, I'm adding videos every day, so check them out and subscribe. Today, talking about how a coffee shop can actually boost your creativity, and you can do this at home. I first saw this on the New York Times website, how the hum of a coffee shop can boost creativity, and they give you a little sample of it here right with the story. I think you can probably hear it. A little bit of coffee shop ambient noise, and I put the link to this article too if you want to read this after. But basically they talked about how you can become more creative just by having a little bit of background noise. Now, if you're working on something like your taxes, you probably would want full quiet, but if you're trying to be creative or focus, get some new ideas going, studies have shown that, believe it or not, a little bit of background noise is a good thing and will actually help boost your creativity. So this leads me to Coffitivity, which is this website that offers you the ambient noise that they're talking about here in this New York Times article. And it's at Coffitivity.com. Again, I have the link for you under the video. But all you do when you get to the website, now this is assuming you're on a laptop. I'll show you about using it for your tablet or your iPhone in a minute. But for your desktop, you just click here, the on button. And hopefully you can hear this in the background while I'm talking. And of course you can adjust the volume so that you have a little bit of coffee shop noise or a lot of coffee shop noise, however you want it. But the cool thing is they talk about here, you know, the inspirations for it. Like research shows, it's pretty hard to be creative in a quiet space. And a loud workspace can be frustrating and distracting, but the mix of calm and commotion in an environment like a coffee house proven to be just what you need to get those creative juices flowing. The team here delivered the vibe of a coffee shop right to your desktop, which means when your workspace isn't quite cutting it, we got you covered. Coffitivity, enough noise to work. And these guys actually came up with the idea because they were having trouble getting creative once they left the coffee shop. They found when they were at a coffee shop, they did great. They'd get back to the workspace and it was quiet, and they couldn't come up with any ideas. So it was really through their own research that they came up with this cool little app. And actually it talks about here, if you want to read this at some point, the research that led them to finding out more. Is noise always bad? Exploring the effects of ambient noise on creative cognition. And it gets pretty technical, and we might need Albert Einstein to help us wade through that, but you get the idea. Just something if you want to take a peek at that later. So for this, and of course it's easy like that, you can just turn it off and on and adjust the volume. But they talk about, you know, here, easy ways to hook it up to your iPhone and your iPad at the App Store. So you click that link right here that I just showed, and then you can go right to the iStore, and there it is. It gives you the description, and it's only $1.99. Now, of course, if you're using it on your desktop, it's free. But if you want to use it on your iPhone, your iPad, your Android system, it's only $1.99, which is plenty worth it. And then this shows you how it works. You just press play to get started. You could add music here. Swipe to change the Coffitivity audio, because they're going to keep changing the background noise for you. And then tap to add music from your iTunes library. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. They originally intended this so that you would use it along with your own favorite music and the coffee shop noise, because when you go to a coffee house, of course, they always play some interesting music, like at Starbucks, maybe a little bit of jazz, or somebody mentioned Philip Glass, something like that. Or you can just have the coffee sound, which a lot of times I like, without having other music. And a couple of reviewers said that kind of a thing. Coffitivity is staple for my workday. I use it to drown out noise and get better work done. Now it's all wrapped up into an app I can take anywhere and dig in. Great stuff. And it works with my other music too. So that's what they said about that. Let me see. The Mac desktop app. And again, this is only $1.99. So there it shows you that the screenshot there. This is for your Mac. I was skeptical, but now I'm sold. This app costs less than the cup of a coffee. cup of coffee. It's the next best thing to actually being there. I'm self-employed, work from home, blah, blah, blah. I used the web browser version for a couple of days, and I bought the app, mainly because I wanted to support the developers. So that's a nice way to look at it too. You spend your $2 to help out these guys for coming up with a cool thing. And you don't need any connections. Yeah, this is the person that said they use Philip Glass. This one says not enough coffee noise. I don't know. I disagree. I think it's pretty cool and works really well. So that is Coffitivity. And the other thing I wanted to share with you, this is just something I added to it. In addition to having a little bit of ambient coffee noise, sometimes I like to add rain sounds. So you have a little bit of coffee and a little bit of rain. And the cool thing with that is it sounds like you're at a coffee shop on a rainy day. So you could put these two together, and I got this link for you too. But check this out. I don't know if you can hear the two together. And in case you can, I'm going to turn off Coffitivity so you can hear that, because when I tested this before you couldn't really hear both very well, but believe me, on your own computer you'll be able to hear both. So there's RainyMood that again I mixed with the Coffitivity for some cool ambient sound. And also with RainyMood on their website here, what I like is they give you music selections if you want to add. They have here, it says today's music. You click on that and it'll give you song choices to play with the rain. And today they're featuring the soundtrack from Gravity, which sounds awesome with the rain. So you could mix in a little bit of music, a little rain, a little coffee, however you want. Or just have, you know, one or the other. Now I'm going to get immersed in the Gravity soundtrack. You get the idea. Isn't that pretty? And it really does help, I think, with a little boost of creativity. So kudos to these guys for coming up with it. Also, the RainyMood, that app, you can find that at the iTunes Apple Store too, and also on Google Play. So there you go, Coffitivity to increase your creativity, give you a little boost, and maybe add a little RainyMood in there to your coffee house. All right, it's Diane Banks over at Twitter at Diane_Banks, voice123.com, and right here on YouTube every day. So make sure you enjoy the rain, your coffee, and subscribe to my videos. Have a great day.